Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. So, today let's talk about why some of our prayers don't get answered, relationship wise, career wise, and in other parts of life fields or areas. So, when we talk of relationship, sometimes you find that you are in a relationship and things are getting so hard. You keep asking yourself what exactly is happening and why things are so tough, why things are just happening to you. The relationship is not working, and you just feel like you're so tired and you don't know what to do, and you just want to give up. All right. So I would like us to share. This is a moment of sharing. It's not like I'm just saying my views so we can share in the comment section. I tend to think sometimes, we have these desires in our hearts. Like maybe you desire to be a prominent person in terms of maybe influencing the society. Maybe you want to help people realize their goals, or maybe you want to help the needy, or you have this call, you have this passion inside you. So that's maybe in terms of career. And then in a relationship, like for us girls, I don't know about you guys, like you have this desire to get this faithful, god-fearing, hardworking, caring, loving, self-motivated man who's gonna be a father, who's gonna be a protector, who's gonna give you that kind of a security you need, and all this. So we, inside us, we have these desires. And God created us, knows every single part of us, the tiniest vein, every single strand of our hair on our heads. He knows. So he definitely knows our heart desires. And so when we go to pray, like for example, you have a guy and maybe things are not working out, like it's so hard. The guy keeps on doing the same mistake again and again, and you just pray, you fast, you go to the church, you give 10%, you put that as a prayer request for the guy to change. But things still are very hard. Might it be a response from God that that is not what you deserve? Could it be? Maybe, because he knows what your heart desires. Now, here you are, you've pushed yourself to this person and you want it by hook or crook. You want the relationship to work. So I have two versions of this prayer not being answered, or why things not prayer not being answered, why things are difficult in life. So my first version is probably God is refusing, or he's making it hard for you so that you can live and wait or go into the direction of where he knows you deserve to be. So instead of being so hard with yourself, when you see things are not working, could you just take a step back and ask yourself, what I'm getting in this relationship, is it really what my heart desires? What are my heart desires? Go inside yourself, take a self-check, write down what you aspire in a man or in a woman, and then check the qualities of the man you're dating. Now, probably there you will find out where the problem lies, why the prayers are not answered. Because, even us as human beings, as parents, if, for example, you live in a neighborhood that maybe has a club, or a neighborhood that has different activities that maybe your child, who is maybe a minor, is not allowed to go in, but your child sees people going into the club, they're dancing, they're happy, they come out smiling, happy, and he wants to go in there. He wants you to give money. He wants you to maybe fund him to go inside, or he wants to look for a way to get money so that he can also enjoy this life. But instead of you giving him the money to go inside the club, because that's what his heart is, his desires in life is not just to have fun. He wants to prosper. He wants to be a better person in life. He wants to own maybe a house, a car, a better house, a better family. And if he starts going into that club, probably these dreams will not be achieved. So instead, what do? You send him to school. You go and work, you look for money, You come, you send him to school, you supervise him to study, not because he loves studies, not because he likes sitting there and reading that book. Hello. Probably maybe even he hates it. He even hates you knowing that why is my dad or my mom making me go through all this homework? I have to do this. Other kids are playing and this and this. Because your dad knows what you want and he is after giving you what you want. So sometimes our prayers are not answered because God knows what we want and what we need. So you pushing him to give you that guy or that wife who is not suitable for you is like just making a noise, you know, like in my country we say housefly coming next to your ear, you're just making noise, you'll just keep brushing it aside. So instead, make realistic prayers. And the same thing at work, you know. One time I remember when I had just become a mother at the age of 21, and things were so hard for me. I was a journalist. I was freelancing as a journalist in one of our mainstream medias in Kenya. So I remember there was this advertisement, and they were looking for news reporters and news anchors, and I was so excited. So I went, and then I was like practicing my voice, my writing skills, and I was so determined. I prayed the whole night. I prayed because things were so tough for me. We were misplaced in terms of family. Because of political grounds. So we were misplaced where my father had lived for more than 20 something years. For the first time, my father was living on a rental house in his late years. Now he's late, so may God rest him in peace. And it was very tough, so he couldn't afford to pay me school fees. I was in the university at that time, and I had just gotten a baby. The father of my child, we had differences, so we had fallen apart. So I had a child, school suspended, and back home things are completely sour. 3 major areas of my life completely crashed within months. So it was very tough. So when this job was advertised, I was head over heels. I was like, I have to get it. Trust me. I bought shoes. I bought a dress, suit, skirt, and a coat, and I was so ready for it. And bang, the day came. I sent my application. They called me. I went for the interview. There were so many people there, but I was just praying the whole time. I was praying. I was telling God, please give it to me. So I went in, and we finished the interview. I went the whole day for the interview, and everything went well according to me. And I waited for the results. I waited until when I start seeing the people that I did the interview with reporting on that television. And I was quite disappointed. I was like, oh my God, they never even sent an apology or any feedback, nothing. You know, anyway, life continued. Then months later, a friend of mine comes to me in a library, and she's like, Jen, did you see there's this airline that they're advertising, they need people. I was like, hell no, I don't have money for school fees. I'm trying to freelance so that I can get some money to pay, have a child to look after. I do not have any time for bribery to go and bribe anyone to get a job. And she was like, no, it's a genuine job. So I was a bit hesitant, but she pushed and pushed and pushed. So I said, okay, we'll go and have a look at it. So I went. These were like 3 or 4 months later after the other job interviews. So we went, and the whole day we went. I didn't even have a passport. I didn't know even the door where people look for passports. I had never even thought of getting a passport because I'd never thought of leaving the country. So the requirements were, when you're going for this airline interview, you come with your passport copy, you bring some documents, but the passport was part of the requirement, of which I didn't have, but I still went for the interview. And out of 167 candidates, 11 made it to the finals, and I was among the 11. And they told us, wait for 2 weeks, we're gonna send you feedback if you've qualified for the last process. So after the 2 weeks, I got an email telling me, congratulations, you've made it to the finals, wait for your visa and air tickets. And here I am, 10 years down the line, I'm working for this airline. And why I'm saying this is because the job that I had applied for, probably I would have been earning an average of $1,500 per month. But here I am, came to a different country. I've managed to travel around the world. As I'm talking to you, I'm in Sydney, Australia, and my pay started approximately $2,800. My life changed. So sometimes we pray and we really feel disappointed and we don't know what to do, but God knows what we need. God knew what exactly needed. That job would maybe have been very frustrating, running across the country, looking for stories. My son is home, like it would have been maybe a completely different experience. So he knew why he did not give me the job, So when things go bad or when things are very tough, just ask yourself, what is this that you want? And if one door closes, do not be offended. Don't feel bad. Don't ask God questions. Don't curse. Tell God that you trust in Him and you know He's going to do the best for you and He's going to give you what you deserve. So that's my little motivation for today. I hope you're going to like it. I'll be talking sometimes about issues of life. So please subscribe, comment, and like. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos. On my next video, I'll be covering the second part of why things don't work out, or not why things don't work out. I will be sharing with you as to why we tend to go through troubles. So today I've shared like we go through troubles maybe because of our desires are not in line with what we are doing. So that's why the universe or God is not answering accordingly, because there's a clash of what we want and what we are going for. So on my next version, I want to talk about why ladies sometimes we go through challenges in our relationships and things like that. I will just go through a little bit of that on what I think and what I've discovered more or less. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you stay with me and subscribe. Thank you. Till next time. Bye.